Hey guys, Kimber Lee here, and you're watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia, and I would like to welcome you to my interview with Kimber Lee.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are here for a RISE and SHIMMER weekend where it's been manic, so much fun, some amazing matches have been happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when your name was announced and that poster was sent out that you were going to be here, fans went absolutely manic. So how does it feel that the day has finally come?
Shimmer has been a home of mine for 5 years or something now, give or take, and it's just such an awesome environment to come back to. I feel like it's my sisterhood, you know? Even when new faces come in, they come in, they become part of the sisterhood too. And so just getting to see everybody, and I don't know, this might be weird, but like even the smells of the building and stuff, it's like,
really just
it's
brings
nostalgia
stuff back to
and like
you?
all of it coming back, and like, because some of the biggest matches in my career happened here, and so it's really exciting to get to come back and see everybody.
You mentioned new faces there, and I've interviewed quite a few of those new faces, and they're saying how great it is to be able to come up to people like you and a bunch of the wrestlers here and just ask for advice. It's just such an open environment. So I think that's probably my favorite aspect to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just that sisterhood. Has that been like that since day one? Because I feel like this company, that's just what they embrace.
Since I've been here, yes, absolutely. Since day one, everybody takes care of each other, and like, especially when you get large groups of women together, that can be a hard thing to find. But just everybody is so accepting and so wonderful, and if you work hard and you do what you're supposed to, you're going to thrive here.
Well, last weekend you were in NOLA for WrestleMania weekend.
Yes.
It looks like you had a phenomenal time over there. So how were your first matches back on the indies?
Oh, it was, well, even with my first match back being an intergender match, which I hadn't been a part of in over a year, it was interesting to try and flip back into that switch, but you know, it was like riding a bike, you never forget.
Yeah.
And like I've always said, every competitor should be treated as equal, no matter what my chromosomes might say different to yours. So it was a great experience. It was a whirlwind. I think in the 4 days I was there, I probably slept 10 hours total.
I think that's the case for everybody there.
Yeah.
It's like you just don't sleep.
Well, and this weekend, I got 7 hours of sleep last night. That never happens.
That's intense. Good for
really
you right
excited
there.
about that, and probably way too energetic because of it. But, yeah, so it was a whirlwind. It was great to be back. Coming back and making it in time for Shimmer 100, which was such a milestone too. Like, I was really excited about that, and
as were the fans.
yeah, and so I'm just super excited. It's super overwhelming, and it's amazing how many people welcomed me back with open arms, which is really nice.
Before NOLA, you had these really amazing nails done, and even today, like, they're so cool. You always have them.
I
like,
do.
For special occasions. Is that kind of becoming a thing for you?
I have always had crazy nails, always. So keep a track on my Instagram. That's usually where I post the pictures
That's
of
where I
them.
see 'em.
But yeah, they're pretty wild right now. Good for eye gouges, I guess.
What is one of the crazier designs you've had?
Oh, goodness. I've done, like, crazy Disney nails for Halloween. I had spiders and cobwebs all over them. I did little aliens. Whatever. Spur of the moment inspires me.
You mentioned Disney there, and you love going to Disney. It seems like you're there
Yes.
almost, like, pretty often. So
Yes. Well, when you live in Orlando.
yeah, well, it's one of those things where I know people who live in Orlando, and they're like, it's Disney. Like, we're from here. It's just one of those things. But the fact you live there and you still embrace it and you go all the time.
Like, the first thing I did, I was like, okay, I got to switch my license over to a Florida IT because then you can get a residence pass, which is like $40 a month. And you go to Disney all the time.
Oh my God.
And that's like one of the, because there's different levels and stuff. So I
Yeah.
picked like the middle one.
Okay.
But you could do it for even cheaper if you live there. So, and like you get free parking and everything. And I love Disney. So
Awesome deal.
Yes. I could be getting into worse trouble. So.
Are you a thrill seeker? Like, do you go on all of the really high
Oh,
roller
yeah.
coasters?
I'm a roller coaster junkie.
Oh, very
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so not much freaks you out as far as thrill rides or anything.
No. I will say I don't like anything that shoots straight up in the air. I don't mind dropping.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So stay away from those ones.
I'll still get on them, but I'm not going to like it.
Well, it wasn't too long ago that we saw you compete in the WWE Mae Young Classic.
Yes.
And then you put this really beautiful post out just about how your time there was so much, you learned so much there, and it was just
Absolutely.
such a great experience. So could you just tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, the last year of my life was a crazy, it's like a whole nother world is the best way to describe it. But getting to be a part of that and experience it, and the people I got to learn from, like Norman Smiley, Johnny Saint was with us for 6 months. Like, that was out of control. But Scotty Too Hottie, Steve Carino, all our coaches were just fantastic. And Sarah Del Rey being one of our coaches too, who I know when I started was somebody I completely idolized. And it was just a whirlwind, and getting to learn from them and all of the promo work I got to do, and just all of those experiences I never would have gotten to have any other way. And I'll treasure that for the rest of my life. And no door is ever truly closed. So we'll see what happens. We'll see where life takes me.
I love that. In the moment, meeting those people and being able to work with them, did you really have a hard time keeping that excitement in and not just showing, not just fangirling right away?
I've learned how to bottle it inside over the years. But there were Johnny Saint was probably the one where I was like, oh my God, like, guys, do you know who this is?
Do you see that?
Like, do you know who that is over there? Like, he invented the Lady in the Lake stuff. Like, that's him. But so that one was really hard. But he's like the sweetest man ever.
That's the best when you meet people that you look up to and they're just absolute
and just genuinely caring, and could probably still whoop all of our butts. And he's like 70. So
I have a couple tweets from you here that I would love to hear more about.
Okay.
So the first one is, the people of Townsville were real dumb guys, #Powerpuff Girls. I just love that show. And you don't really think that when you're younger, right? And now you rewatch it and you're like, she's right. They're really
stupid, man. Well, and like, I think I tweeted something about the Rowdy Rough Boys not long ago too. But Hulu happens to have all of the original Powerpuff Girls on there right now, and so frequently that is something I will put on when I'm just binging stuff that I love.
To chill out. And
yes, I believe I'm kind of a Bubbles. If I had, like, if we picked which Powerpuff Girl I was, because. I'm a Bubbles.
Think about it. It goes hand in hand right there.
Little ditzy sometimes. Love cute things. Blonde. I don't know.
Well, another tweet I have here is, watching people make the mini food is the most fascinating yet infuriating thing in the whole world. And then someone tweeted you and they're like, have you seen the giant food?
Oh,
and like,
then I went down that whirlwind for a while too. No, I don't. It's like @tinyfood or something on Twitter, but it's like a whole kitchen set and like full-on gourmet meal, but it's this big. And it's super cool to watch them do it, but then you're like, why? Because I want to eat that now, but I'm going to be so upset
when it's like this.
And then I also get frustrated because I'm like, where did you find the tiny stove and the tiny knife? And I have a really exciting outside life, guys.
Was part of that exciting life was you said that you were cleaning the apartment while listening to Bass Nectar. Could not tell you why. So why did you decide to share that with everyone?
Because I don't know why I was listening to Bass Nectar.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I grew up a dancer and like in that world doing ballet and hip hop, jazz, all of that. My musical taste is kind of everywhere, and so occasionally I'll get into like the super electronic Bass Nectar, and I cleaned my whole house to that one day. So sometimes I just tweet
what you're thinking,
what's
what you're
on
doing.
my mind.
Well, you're a very proud vegan, and I like the things that you post when you're going out to grocery shop, and you're like, hey, look at this, and you're actually saying that you can find things that people who aren't vegans eat, and it tastes just as good.
Yep.
So for you, was that like a learning curve, or originally did you have that same outlook? A lot of people think vegan food just won't taste good.
I had my reasons for because it's been about a little over a month now since I've made the switch, but my reasons for switching were more based on the fact that I actually have Crohn's disease, so I'm allergic to a lot of things, and I just got sick of being sick all the time, is the best way to put it, and dairy is the thing that was killing me, but I love cheese so much, so it was very hard to do, but then when I finally made the flip and just did it, there's really a lot of good substitutes out there, and you can't tell. Like, I've even got my boyfriend who is not vegan at all.
I saw the stories.
He will eat my vegan food with me while I'm cooking. Granted, he will sneak off and go get a steak somewhere when I'm not looking, but
he loved that shopping trip from the looks of it.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
You feel like you converted him now almost? Like
No.
Oh,
no conversion, but that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. To each his own.
Well, here
I just am not going to cook him meat.
Oh, okay.
He's going to have to do that himself.
Do it on his own. Sorry, Zach. Well, you're on the site. We not only interview wrestlers, but also musicians.
Okay,
so if you
awesome.
could hang out with the band or an artist for a day, which one would that be?
Oh, it would be Chris Cornell, bless his soul. He was my favorite vocalist of all time, and that definitely shows my Seattle roots. But yeah, I got to see Soundgarden in concert, actually. I don't know, probably 4 years ago or something like that now. But so I'm fortunate and happy that I got to do that, but to get to meet him would be amazing.
Okay. Do you go to concerts often?
Not as often as I'd like.
Yeah, I mean, you're always traveling. It's
Yeah.
so hard to squeeze that stuff in.
It is, for sure. I wish I could go to a lot more, but I actually have a couple friends who are in the music industry, and so I'll go to their concerts and stuff. One of my good friends, James Vegas, was the lead singer of Modern Day Escape, which they've disbanded at this point, but he's doing some stuff now, and so I go to his stuff.
Okay.
But
What was the first show you ever went to, as far as concerts go?
the first concert, I gotta think for a minute. I think the first concert I ever went to was Prince, actually.
Seriously?
Yeah, my mom took me to a Prince show.
How old were you?
Because I didn't do many concerts and stuff when I was younger, so I was probably like 14 or 15.
Oh my gosh, Prince was your first show. That
It was amazing.
is insane.
Yeah, Prince is one of my all-time favorites, too.
Oh my gosh,
My
yeah.
mom, too. I actually was the person who had to tell her when he passed away.
Oh, man.
And I remember because China was one of my favorite wrestlers, and so she had already told me that day, and and then I remember looking on the internet and seeing Prince and just going, oh, no. And I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, did you hear who passed away? And she goes, China, I told you. And I go, Mom, sit down. And she just sobbed. But fortunately, also that year, one of the places I worked is WrestlePalooza, First Wrestling, I believe it is. And they actually run out of First Avenue in Minneapolis, which is where Purple Rain was filmed.
Yeah.
So I flew my mom out to that show and took her there, and she got to see Prince's parking spot and stuff.
That's amazing.
And then we actually got to go to Paisley Park, too. So.
It's crazy. Yeah, my whole family absolutely loves him. Like, we were jamming him
good.
the other day on the ride down from Toronto. We were listening to Prince. So,
Yeah, he's the best.
phenomenal artist.
Yeah.
Well, just to wrap things up, I do want to leave it with the fans. Anything you want to say to your amazing fan base?
Yeah, absolutely. Just keep seeing where I'm at. You can follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. It's at Kimber_Lee90 for both of them. That's where I update where all my shows and everything and where Kimber Lee is going to be next. So just keep following along with where this crazy adventure is going to take me next.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
It is my pleasure. And remember, to everyone viewing, you can visit us at aliciatoot.com for all exclusive interviews and features. We'll see you next time.